Okay, I'm David Szymanski. I'm the Chief Deputy Treasurer for Wayne County Treasurer Ray Wojtowicz, and I'm really thrilled to see you all here. I'm very excited about what's going on because we've had a partnership between the City of Detroit and the Wayne County Treasurer that is unprecedented. I will just be very honest with you. In the past, we would have problems getting communication going, but with this mayor, our calls are answered timely, and they're not just answered, we get responses and we get action in an amazingly quick fashion. Now, what's happened recently is we worked together with the mayor in relation to some legislation that's really helping a lot of taxpayers avoid foreclosure. And here to address that now, I want to introduce to you Mayor Mike Duggan.
All right. Well, thank you. We went to a lot of effort to get homeowners the ability to stay in their homes in a way that's never been available before in the state of Michigan. It's only going to be available for people in this year's cycle and next year's cycle, and then it'll be gone for good. So this is probably a once-in-a-lifetime break. But Treasurer Wojtowicz has done an outstanding job in making arrangements for people to stay in their homes, to allow you to pay 10% down, pay the balance over 4 or 5 years at 6% interest. Of the 18,000 homeowners who are in the foreclosure process, people who have a personal homestead exemption, which indicates it's the owner of the house that's occupying the house, the treasurer already has 7,500 who are in payment plans who have avoided foreclosure. And we're here today to say you have 3 weeks left. March 31st is the deadline, and we want anybody who's behind in their taxes and facing foreclosure. The treasurer staff is ready to help, but we can't help you if you don't come forward. And so there are a series of events. You've got the lists in front of you. You can go down to the treasurer's office. You're going to hear in a moment from Ms. Lee, who came to one of these gatherings in the last week and found out how easy it was to get not one but 2 houses restructured, so that she's been a great asset to her neighborhood, not only taking care of her own house but the house next door. These are the kind of people in this community we want to help. We don't want anybody to lose their house. And so this is the push for the last 3 weeks. We appreciate the support of the media, but I have to tell you, I don't know there's a treasurer in this state that has worked any harder at keeping people in their homes than Ray Wojtowicz. And when he said last year, if we could get this interest rate down, we could help thousands more. And so we teamed up together on the legislation. He's executing it just the way he promised, and they're there to help you. And with that, I'll turn it over to our treasurer, Mr. Wojtowicz.
Thank you, Mayor Duggan. I've always said to our distressed taxpayers, the most important part is your valuable asset as a homeowner. We've had some economic distress. We still have some road to travel. Time is running short for people to retain their right to their property. And as I say to our citizens on a daily basis, pay your taxes on time and you won't be penalized. So as Mayor Duggan had indicated, without the cooperation of the city administration, headed by the mayor and his staff, the legislation that was passed in December does afford to the taxpayers a relief. And in a short while, the specifics of that relief can be related to you in any questions that you have by my deputy, Mr. Eric Sabri, in charge of land management. I'm thrilled that we've had the opportunity to retain people in their home. As I indicate to them at the show cause hearings, I do not want your property, but I'm governed by state law. So therefore, there had been a degree of mutual trust. For those that applied, we had programs to assist them. For those that neglected to take advantage of it, we feel very, very sorry that they did not. And ultimately, the property had to be foreclosed. But with that in mind, Mayor Duggan, way back when, as one former mayor to another mayor, current mayor, I know the chores that you have, and I must compliment you on the way you gave your state of the city address. If you think about it, the plan was laid out for our central city in Wayne County and the state of Michigan, the city of Detroit. And with that in mind, we will repopulate Detroit. The guidance of the city administration and with the assistance that we've received in helping our taxpayers, I'm looking forward and I'm very optimistic. So once again, Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for calling this press conference. Thank you.
You know, we take this not as a job, but this is a mission. The treasurer's told us help everybody possible to avoid foreclosure, and therefore we've teamed up not just with the mayor and the city, but also with city council, with state representatives, with the legislature, with the governor. We've got everybody involved in this, and therefore we do have community events frequently. We have a number of them that are scheduled that are in your press packets, and we had an event recently with Gabe Leland, who organized an event at Don Bosco Hall. Eric Sabri from our office was down there helping taxpayers one-on-one, and Eric's going to talk to you about that experience now.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, our office is very aggressive in trying to help taxpayers stay in their homes. And businesses, we want business owners to keep their property as well. We want landlords to keep their properties. So we work very hard. We have a lot of outreach efforts. We've had Saturdays at the community college, Wayne County Community College, in February. Our office is really working to capacity, full capacity. If you go over to the office today, you'll see the ballroom on the 8th floor full of people waiting to go down and pay their taxes. So this is what we encourage. I met Mrs. Lee, Ms. Joan Lee, to my right, at Don Bosco Hall last week. We had an outreach event there sponsored by Councilman Gabe Leland. And she had 2 properties, and she'll tell you about them. One of them she bought was a former drug house. She needed a payment agreement for that. She had another house that she lived in, which is right next door, I believe. And we were able to restructure her payment agreement so that she could take advantage of a lower interest rate. And now she's very happy, and she's one of many people. We process probably over 100 payment agreements a day, and many of them are for owner occupants. We don't want people to lose their homes, and as the treasurer said, I don't want your home, but I have to collect taxes. You know, by law, he has to collect taxes. So let's hear from Mrs. Lee to tell you about her experience with our office.
Good afternoon. I was very scared. Sorry. I was very scared in going in. I was very scared at first going in, but then I made it. And from $400, I'm now paying $180. And it's wonderful to know others can do the same. Don't be scared. Step forward. You can make it. I've made it. I've had my American dream. I'm so thankful. Mr. Mayor has opened so much doors for everyone that they can stay in their homes. I am proud to be here today. Thank you.
Great job. All right. That was wonderful.
All right. Thank you, Mrs. Lee. And also now I would like to introduce Gabe Leland, our councilman, who sponsored the event at Don Bosco Hall.
Thank you, everybody, and just wanted to give a quick shout out to all the partners involved. It was said earlier, Wayne County doesn't want your property. City of Detroit does not want your property, and options are available. That's exactly why I put together an effort that was held last Monday to bring forward the new resources that are available for residents experiencing tax foreclosure. Really, this is about prevention, and we as government leaders are working and doing everything we possibly can to make sure that not one single resident loses their home to property tax foreclosure. This is something that could set us back, and we're looking to move forward. Many communities saw what the economic bust did in 2007, 2008. We saw a lot of our properties fall into foreclosure, and it was very devastating. And so when I looked at the report coming from the Wayne County Treasurer's Office that many properties were going to be foreclosed on in Wayne County, many of those happening in Detroit, I said, we got to do something about this. And so I want to thank a lot of the partners that were involved, including the Wayne County Treasurer's Office, the administration. The mayor did a lot last year, bringing some sound public policy to the forefront, allowed us to reduce the interest rates that folks were being charged. Around the state, this is not just a Wayne County issue. The counties around the state could charge up to 18%. We knocked that down to 6% with the leadership of every single county treasurer in Michigan, and so we're very thankful for the partners at the table. I want to make sure that the message is clear. City government, county government, we do not want these properties. We want individuals to be able to stay in their homes, and so held the meeting last Monday. Had about 100 people there. We saved a lot of homes out of property tax foreclosure, and we did this with a lot of partnerships, including the United Way, including the United Housing Coalition, Mr. Ted Phillips I see in the back, and a number of others, including Quicken Loans, who really stepped up a lot of resources and human capital to the table. And so we're a lot better off today because of the partnerships, but we have a lot to do. We have a lot more of people to save. And so the date to file an extension or a payment plan is March 31st. That is a real date. That is a date that we must broadcast to the world. That there's a date looming that we must get every individual signed up on a payment plan by March 31st, and that is my goal. For those of you that don't know, this coming Friday I'm hosting another walk throughout District 7 to provide residents that are facing foreclosure an opportunity to get them to know their options. We're going to be walking around Don Bosco Hall Community Resource Center. That's located at Westwood in West Chicago. A college, Davison College on the East Coast is coming, Dickinson College is coming in from the East Coast on a spring semester work trip, and we're going to be walking door to door with 30 college students, along with a number from the community, to bring awareness and prevention around this cause. And so we want to help everybody, and that's exactly what this press conference is all about today. Thank you very much.
Okay, so the key message here is help us help you avoid foreclosure. The time is now. There's no time to wait. While March 31st is the drop-dead date, you shouldn't wait till the last minute because we get crazy busy down at the office the last couple of days of March. So we're asking you to come down now with that in mind. And let me just take you through one quick scenario here. I was working with a taxpayer who owed $5,400 in delinquent taxes to give you an idea where the numbers go. She says, I can't afford $5,400. And I said, yeah, I understand that. But if I took her base taxes, it was $3,400. So she already had $2,000 in interest and fees that had been added on. We take that $3,400, we charge her 10% down, that's $340. She says, I can afford $340. And her monthly payments were $115 a month. That's something that is affordable. So this is a key thing for people to understand is, even though that number looks real high in the beginning, we can break it down and make it affordable.